you know, and sometimes it slows you down, you know, because Paul had such a spirit on him. He was doing so many things, but the Lord put a thorn in the flesh. All right. Basically, he gave him an infirmity. But this is what Paul said. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. So even though we're going through sicknesses and illnesses, so that's purifying you, all right? Most gladly, therefore, I would rather glory in my infirmities. So you have to take pleasure in them. It's difficult because I suffer from a lot of pain and so forth, but you have to take glory in them. You have to try to as hard as you can, because the Lord's doing it for a reason, okay? He's not afflicting you. Sometimes he afflicts us through a punishment, but sometimes he does it so we can stay humble, because when you're healthy and robust, sometimes you're a big head, especially when you come into this knowledge, you start, some people start thinking they're Yahweh Shai, or they're deep teachers. Just learn from the apostles of Great Millstone and just teach what they have told you. That's it. Verse 10, therefore I take pleasure in infirmities. See, we're supposed to take pleasure in them, you know, because the Lord is purifying you in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distress, for Christ's sake. So for Yahweh Shai's sake, we have to go through these things, you know. I mean, his death on the cross was horrible, man, you know. And he still said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. You know, we can't obtain the status that he is. He's the star of this show. But we have to glorify it in our infirmities, you know, like the Apostle Paul said, all right? So we have to endure. And speaking of endure, we go back to the Apocrypha. So I got notes here. Let's go back to the Apocrypha. As you can see here, I've got scriptures on healing. I try to read it every day in the name of Yahweh, which is God's name, and the name of Yahweh Shai. It's very important that we read these scriptures. The more we read it, you know, our healing, Lord willing, is going to come. The more we get into this word, all right? But I'll talk about that in a minute. All right, this is in Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiasticus. All right, this is in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 1. Let me see now. Let's see. All right. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. See, we have to endure through these pains and these infirmities. And make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end. See, at the last end. So I'm going to, Lord willing, Yahweh Shimi Al Shai willing, I'm going to be increased at the last end. I'm going to receive this healing. You know, whatsoever is brought unto thee, take cheerfully and be patient. See, we have to be patient. Even if we've got sicknesses and infirmities. Be patient when thou art changed to a low state. For gold is tried in the fire, acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him and he would help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord. See, because we have to fear the Lord, because we can see his power. He gave us all these sicknesses and illnesses. We have to fear him. Fear that the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. So if you do the things that the Lord says, he's going to heal you, because he's a man of his word. The people that ain't a man of their word is our people. Wicked Israelites, man. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting mercy. See? So the Lord we're going to be increased in the last end. All right? So I know it's hard, it's tough. We're going through these infirmities. But, you know, we have to endure. Now, let's go to... See, and this Bible gives you good advice. And this is one of the advices that we should be taking on board, because what people don't understand is the medical system we have today. I mean, the word doctor means to falsify. Um, I haven't. My one of my friends in the camp, he always tells me this. The word doctor means to falsify. Now, why isn't there a cure for cancer or diabetes or sickle cell? How come they got all these charities? We're collecting money to find a cure for AIDS and all this stuff, but there's never a cure for anything because the white man's not interested in curing you. Why would he cure you when he can make money treating you? Do you understand? If you had a healing ailment, I mean a healing medicine for cancer, someone's got cancer, give them the medicine, boom, they're healed. Boom, now they can start a new life again. But if you keep that away from the public, that there is a cure for cancer and use it for your elites only, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Illuminati, but then with us, just keep them on chemo, on morphine, on antibiotics to treat rather than cure. See, this is the wickedness that this white man does. And marijuana or cannabis has a lot of good qualities, all right, for things like epilepsy. If you put it in like a cake, it's good pain reliever. Crohn's disease, you know, it's a muscle relaxant. You're not supposed to be smoking it. You're supposed to be ingesting it or making a tea. This white man knows that. That's why in the 1930s, he banned marijuana. Back in before that, in America, you used to go to the shops, I mean the doctors, and they would prescribe you things that had marijuana in it for your ailments, like epilepsy. Now they don't do it now, because they're not interested in curing you. They're interested in making money. All right? Now, this is Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha again, chapter 38, verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him. For the Lord have created him. For the Most High cometh healing, and sorry, getting a bit blurry here. All right, I'll just read it to you anyway. All right. For the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in great men he shall be in admiration. The Lord, this is the point, the Lord have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Abhor means to stay away from. So the Lord has created medicines out of the earth, herbs, plants, and so forth, that can cure all our diseases. But this white man keeps it on the lock and key. So now when you come into this truth, you have to look at alternative medicines, all right? Eating right, being healthy, and so forth. So the Lord is giving us a blueprint of how we can stay fit, you know, and can stay healthy through the medicines of the earth. Give me an example. You know, bicarbonate of soda that you put, not the one you put in cakes, but there's another one. Do you know that can cure cancer? Go and put bicarbonate of soda medicine and put that in YouTube and see the videos. There's one white guy who put molasses, which is maple syrup, and mixed it with that bicarbonate of soda over a stove. And he drinks one in the morning, one at night. And he did this because he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and they said he's only got 2 years maximum to live. He found out about this technique, he did it, and now 5, 6, 7 years later, he has no cancer. And he even made his own website to share it and put it on YouTube. So the Lord has created medicines out of the earth, okay? So we have to kind of go back to that. A lot of vitamins, minerals, and so forth. Now let's go to the same book, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 14. This is very important, so pay attention. And if it's blurry, I'm just gonna read it anyway. All right, there you go. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus, sorry, chapter 30, verse 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Health and good estate of the body are above all gold. And that's right. If you're a millionaire but you're sick all the time, what's the point? You know? To have a good sound body is the best thing the Lord can give you. And a strong body above infinite wealth. That's right. It ain't all about riches. You know, it's about having good health so you can do things. How are you going to enjoy the riches if you're sick all the time? You know? And I know because I'm sick all the time, man. You know, pain and so forth. Now, this is verse 16 and 17. There is no riches above a sound body. You see that? And no joy above the joy of the heart. It's verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. You see that? Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. Now, that if you go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, it tells you the better the day of one's death than the day of one's birth. So when someone passes away, you should be happy. You should be throwing a big party. You know, you shouldn't be all gloomy. You know, they ain't got no pain, no infirmities. Their spirit, as I said before, goes back to the Heavenly Father. So you should be happy. I can't wait to die, man. I can't wait to my spirit to go back to the Lord, you know. But until then, I have to keep doing the Lord's work. This is Ecclesiastes 7:1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. You see that? So it's better when you die rather than when you're born, man. You know, but we've got it backwards. We go to funerals, we're crying and sobbing. That's because Christianity has taught you that. It's bullshit, man. They don't read this. They don't read the Bible. They don't understand the Bible, man. Really don't. You know? Should be celebrating when someone passes away. Lord willing, my mother will pass away. Lord willing, you know, and her spirit will go back to the Lord, man. You know? Lord willing. Same with me, but until then, we got to keep soldiering on and endure through our infirmities, our pain, our sicknesses. But now you know why, because sickness is about sin, and sin is manifested through reincarnation because you actually live out your judgment on the earth. Okay? Now let's get Malachi 4 and 1. All right? For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, you know the white man's proud, yea, all that do wickedly, the white man is called the wicked in the Bible, but our people are wicked too, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Let me just read that verbatim. Let me not put Yahweh in there, because a lot of people might not know that that's God's name. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts. The word hosts means armies, all right? That it shall leave them neither root or branch. Verse 2, here's the point. But unto you that fear my name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. So we need to be wanting Yahushua to come back, the one you call Jesus Christ. Because when he comes back, he's going to come back and he's going to heal us. That remnant that is predestined to be saved. All right? The 1/3, the elect of the nation of Israel. Now let's go to Mark. I think this will be the last scripture. But remember, you're going to get a lot of footage showing you that our people are going through a lot of sicknesses. We have more sicknesses than any other nation on this planet. Okay? So I'm going to show you that. Let's see. Mark 10 and 46. Should have really highlighted this, you know. And they came to Jericho, and as he went out of Jericho, with his disciples and a great number of people